Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to 3 Hammers, it's Luke here. Another disappointing result against the team, that is our bogey team now. There's no doubt about it. For years it had been Everton, like I said in the preview. But we just can't beat these guys. It's just always a draw. We lined up, predictable lineup. Obviously the only change was Sufal came in at right back with Johnson at left back, obviously Cresswell injured, and obviously Bowen come back in as well. Didn't start very well, like the initial sort of 5 minutes. Mopay nearly scored straight away in the game, which, a little bit of a wake-up call. Got a set piece, we know we're good at set pieces. Fornell's put a lovely ball over after Ben Rama did well to win the corner actually. And Souček, a goal he needed. People were starting to get on his back a little bit, saying he needs a goal and he's not been the same. So I'm glad he did get a goal and he was better yesterday. We had a few other chances in the half. Fornell's nearly scored an absolute worldie with the one that hit the bar. Was very, very unlucky. We had a few shots from like the halfway line. Fornell's had one, and so did Bowen, but just wasn't enough. I thought that would would force the goalkeeper back after doing them tempters, and we'd try that long ball a bit more, but we just stopped doing that. Again, it's just that football sense and awareness. After that, they enjoyed quite a lot of possession, and they enjoyed most of the possession. There was a period in the game where there was, I think they had didn't we only have 32% possession in the whole game, which is, at home against Brighton. We know they're a possession team, but come on. They're not Liverpool, Man City, or, they're not Barcelona under Pep. At points we made them look like that. They had a really good chance. Mupay played in, I can't remember the guy he played in, but he played a guy in and Fabianski pulled off a fantastic save. He had a good game actually, fantastic. Fabianski pulled off some really important saves in that game. First half 1-0. Reasonably happy with that. Again, I think we're just lacking that finishing ability and a little bit of composure. There was a period where it's something like the turnover of play was just not good enough, and that's we're going back to that old where we're not composed when we've got the ball. We win the ball and it's all too quick, it's all too hurried. You've got to be quick, and obviously you want to get up the field quick because that's the sort of team we are, counter-attacking, but sometimes the passing just goes astray. It's far too much. Then the second half, we didn't really do much, did we? Obviously, we had a goal disallowed for the offside, scraped off of Antonio's sock or whatever it was. Again, there is that rule, if you're in front of the goalkeeper, if you're behind it, in front of the goalie, you have to have 2 men with you, and there was only one. What my problem was with it was how long it took. If that was Liverpool, it's go. I don't know, maybe it's just West Ham and, angry. It just seems whenever they're looking at a West Ham goal, much like the Liverpool goal actually, the goal we got against Liverpool, they're desperate to disallow it. Absolutely desperate to disallow it. And where it is with this VAR. The longer it goes on, the more likely it is to be disallowed, and so was the case. Bowen had one really late that was saved. After a really good move actually. He put it, straight to the goalie. But yeah, there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough in the game from us. They was constantly, piling on the pressure. Fabianski pulled off a really good save late on, and obviously their goalie, to be fair, they did have to pull off a couple of good saves. Obviously, Rice's one. Rice had a really good shot when he drove in, was unlucky, and there was just a couple of unlucky ones, but too many off players again. He's Stanley's tried and tested, but it's been 3 games now. Forget the Rapid Vienna game. It's been 3 games now where it's not been great. Obviously, Man City, you can probably overlook that because it is Manchester City. But the Wolves game, Ben Rama hasn't been great. Antonio's not been great for a few games now, and I know there's people out there going, how dare you dig him out? I've seen it on the other West Ham channels. How dare you dig out Antonio? He's not been good enough the last few games. He hasn't. Yes, he has been brilliant, and this is not him over the beginning of the season. This is, you know, on a game-by-game basis, not been good enough. He isn't getting into the attacking positions. He don't look like he can run at the minute. He really don't. He looks really tired and lethargic at the minute. Ben Rama, those little tricks and stuff that were coming off and not coming off at the moment. In one respect though, I think Jared Bowen was absolutely fantastic yesterday. I really do. Again, just doing his typical hit the goalkeeper, that's the only thing. But in terms of his running and trying hard, he was incredible yesterday. Declan Rice, you know, what can we say about him? You know, every game is an 8 out of 10 at least. He was immense as always. Johnson did okay, but then the silliness come. You know, I'm glad Lanzini come on. I thought Lanzini should have started. You know, and Paul's always been a defender of Lanzini because he's his favourite player. With Lanzini, he's the best person we've got who actually carries the ball and has a bit of composure on the ball. You know, there's no coincidence. I see Hammer's chat set that when Manu come on, all of a sudden we started enjoying a bit of possession. We started doing some stuff because he's calm. Little touches from Lanzini. You know, we're trying to make things happen. One other chance that good save was pulled off. I remember Soufal whipped a lovely ball in one time. Antonio did make a good run and hover into the box. Really good header, didn't do anything wrong with the header. And just a really good save. You know, again, back to them. Obviously, they had 2 injuries early on, so that there was false substitutions on them. You know, which, you know, any Premier League team, I don't care who you are, should, you know, knock your game plan out and, you know, knock your options off. Didn't seem to faze them at all. And then you had, obviously, right near the end, obviously Lallana's gone down, and they was down to 10 men, and they still looked like they had 15 men on the ball, 15 men on the pitch. And we just could not get it going. There was nothing there for us, nothing. And then Lamptey, one of my favourite players, you know, I called him out in the preview. Top player, pace, accurate crossing. He brought a Masuaku, and I think we all, you know, all breathed that, you know, that scared like anxiety of, oh, here we go. We brought on a guy, you know, to defend against Lamptey who can't defend. And again, there's no shock that it came from that side. A great bullet, don't get me wrong. Fantastic goal. Take nothing away from Mopai. That was a wonderful, wonderful goal. But yeah, it's just so frustrating that we keep blowing these chances. We're lucky. We are lucky in recent weeks that results have gone our way and we still sit in there. And that's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and moan because, you know, for years we've been sitting there moaning about, are we going to be, you know, dragged into the bottom 3, bottom 4? And that's not the case. You know, we're still sitting 4th. And, you know, if Arsenal Man United's a draw and Arsenal don't win tonight, we're still there. We probably will fall out in the next couple of weeks, but the fact that we're still there and we're still going to be in contention, you know, is good. But we need to just, you know, get back on it again. Now, a few changes need to be made. You know, we are suffering the fact, you know, that Cresswell and Bono are missing. You know, that left hand side is not the same. You know, it's not the same potency, the passing, and the quickness of release. You know, there's too many touches. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I don't know. Like I say, Lanzini needs to come in for me against Chelsea. And just a few little changes. Let's try and surprise Chelsea a little bit. I'm not saying we're going to beat them. You know, they're a good team. But they've been on a little bit of a blip. Obviously, they won last night. You know, we need a surprise element now. I know early on I was like, oh yeah, it's good that you can pick West Ham's 11. But then when it starts getting figured out, David Moyes has to come up with something different, some different plan, you know, to surprise managers and think, oh, what are we going to do with him? He's a little bit different. Desperate for a striker in January, absolutely desperate. And I'm not slagging off Antonio. This is just for options. Like, you look on the bench, like, who's going to get you a goal? There needs to be that fear factor on the bench. Like last night, they had Lamptey as a fear factor. You know, Wolves, they have Traore, and, you know, we haven't got a fear factor on the bench. And that's what, you know, someone like Lingard offers. And, you know, whoever it is, Hoyzek or this, what's his name, Carabao or something like that. You know, we need options, and it's essential we do some business in January. And I think we will. But again, we've just got to be keeping ourselves in the mix. There's lots of games that's, you know, thick and fast that we can get our form back. Hopefully, you know, Chelsea game's going to be tough, but then there's a few games where we've got to be looking at. Obviously, Dynamo Zagreb game, you would expect us to play the kids, so we get a full rest that week leading up to that next game. But yeah, thick and fast, you need to start getting some wins again. We need to go and get like 2 wins on the bounce again, just to keep it going, keep ourselves there. Listen, we ain't going down this year. We're not going down this year. You know, like, it wouldn't surprise me if we're safe by the end of January. Not officially safe, you know, the 40 points. But yeah, it's just frustrating. You know, you should be imposing yourself a bit more on a team like Brighton. You know, we shouldn't be fearing them at all. My man of the match, it's between Rice and Fabianski. I thought they both played well. I thought Bowen was fantastic as well, but overall quite poor from everyone else. Got to say, you know, if we could go and buy any Brighton players, I tell you, that Lamptey, fantastic, and that Bissouma, you know, definitely. You know, I don't know how much he'd be worth now, but you know, if Rice was to go, you know, Bissouma would be, you know, easily fit into a West Ham's midfield and be able to do the job that Rice can do. Probably not as good as Rice is at the moment, but he could definitely go on and be that sort of player. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm appearing on a show. I believe it's Irons Reunited tonight. Really looking forward to that, talking about my top 5 favourite shirts and stuff and my memories. And I'll be back with a Chelsea preview probably tomorrow morning. Yeah, enjoy your day, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Until next time, come on you irons, hit that subscribe button. Keep believing. Let's go.